Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Vasquez. I have a really quick video for you today. I just want to talk to you for a few moments about intentionality. You see, the truth is, if we're not being intentional, life is going to just take us in any direction it so chooses. Circumstances are going to take us in that direction. Situations, we're going to be taken in the direction based on our subconscious decisions. You know, some of what I spoke about in my last post about making wise decisions. But unless we have some pretty serious intentionality toward what we want to do or who we want to become, the truth is a lot of us are going to just default. We're going to get stuck in the rut. We're going to get stuck going through the motions of life. We may allow comfortability to just keep us in a certain place. And here's the bottom line. You were made for so much more than to just go through the motions in life. You know, there's a reason why you're designed the way that you are. There's a reason why you have passions the way that you have. And there's a reason why you have certain desires. And, you know, there's a reason why you were crafted specifically the way that you are. And unless we're intentional about living that out, unless we're intentional about having our goals link up with or be as one with our desires and passions, then we're just going to go through the motions. So here's a simple question. You know what? Who are you created to be? What are your passions? What are your desires? You know, what do you want to do? What did you always want to do when you were little? Or what are some of the things that you begin to explore? Now all of a sudden you're just really excited and passionate about it. Could be art. Maybe all of a sudden, you know, you were just taking some pictures one day and you discovered that you have a real burning desire to be a photographer. You know, this is a passion of yours. You know, don't allow that passion to just continue on without you exploring that, without you trying to pursue that in some way, in some area. Maybe it's not going to be a full-time job, although nowadays, you know, there are ways that you can take your passions and monetize your passions. And I'm going to be talking a whole lot more about the very practical ways and how you can do that. But don't just let your passions go. Don't allow life to just take you in any old direction. Be intentional. Be radically intentional as to what it is you really want to do, because you're never going to get another shot at it. You know, if you're saying, man, you know, I really want to do this, and whatever that may be, maybe you want to be an artist, maybe you want to start a business, you know, and 2 years from now, you're having that same conversation with one of your friends, or you're having that same conversation, that internal conversation with yourself, you know, that's not good. Stop that. What is it that you want to do? Be intentional now, even if you get to that place and you find out, you know what, this is not what I really want to do. As long as you are intentional about making that thing happen, about following your dreams, following your desires, following your goals, because you were created specific, you were created unique, you were created special. The world needs you to do what you were created to do. And you'll never be more fully alive than, you know, when you're actually walking in or experimenting with or connecting to what you really want to do. Your goals, your passions, your aspirations. And here's one more thing, and I say this all the time. You're made in the image and likeness of God. You're created unique. You're created different. You're created in God's image. The image of God is built inside of you. You know, and we're all created in different ways, and it's not only do we have the ability to go and create, but we have the responsibility to create the life that God has destined us to live. And it takes some self-exploration, it takes some intentionality, it takes being able to connect spiritually to the inner parts of who you are. And I guarantee this, when connected with the ultimate creator who has a purpose and plan for you, you're going to be able to live that out, because you have the force of the universe, you have the force of God coming alongside of you and making a way. Those synchronicities, those things that are happening for you, the resources that you're going to need. When you tap into that, I guarantee you, heaven and earth will move in your direction for you to be able to accomplish what you were created to do. You know, let me just say this, and I'm wrapping it up. When, a lot of people, when they hear about spirituality, when they hear about connecting to God or connected to their higher calling, sometimes it's a little weird because, we weren't necessarily brought up really understanding that. Most of us were probably brought up as Christians or Catholics or, whatever, Muslims or Hindus, Buddhists, whatever it may be, but we've gotten locked into a certain system or a certain set of rules, and that stuff, we have these preconceived ideas of what connecting to God is all about. We have these preconceived ideas of what does it mean to be made in the image and likeness of God, and already we have a mindset that puts up these walls and say, that's weird, my uncle was a Christian and he was a weirdo, and you know what, he wasn't a good guy anyway. So right away we associate our mental pictures with what we think those things are. But you know what, God is beyond that. God is beyond religion, God is beyond doctrine or dogma or a set of hierarchical, set of, politics and all that stuff which comes along with religion. God is beyond all that. Once again, you being made in the image and likeness of God, God desires to come alongside of you so that you can be the person that He's created you to be. He's created you. There's an ancient scripture in Jeremiah. It says, before you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. I set you apart to be a prophet to the nations. That's what God says to Jeremiah, and the same is true of us. Before you were in your mother's womb, God knew exactly who you were. He already created you in His imagination. Before your mother and father ever came together, or before, maybe your parents aren't together, but before they ever came together and you were conceived, you were already in the imagination and plan of God. So you're not a mistake. You're very intentional. God was very intentional about having His purpose for your life come into fruition. So the same applies to you. It's now your responsibility to be very intentional about the things that you feel you want to create. So go and do those things. Be intentional about those things. And this is the amazing thing. It's an awesome journey. It's filled with mountaintop experiences and valley experiences. It's filled with ups and downs. It's filled with successes, failures, challenges. This is what makes life so beautiful. Don't get caught out there if you seem like you're failing. You know what? There's no such thing as failure. Keep going. Allow those barriers that get in your way to be stepping stones to take you to the next level. Don't allow those barriers to stop you dead in your track. Allow those barriers to be stepping stones to take you to the place that you know deep down in your heart that you want to go. So anyway, have a great day. Take some of this stuff that I'm talking about, apply it to your life. Leave a comment below. I'll hit you back. And once again, man, go create the future that God is calling you to create. Have an awesome day. Peace.